What's going on, TTC? It's the new Rob report. Yes, I'm going to think of a new name. Maybe I won't think of a new name. I might just keep it as the new Rob report. You know what I mean? Hey, you have to change the name just because Mike Rob is back. I don't know. You can comment your feelings about it below if you like. Never really done a video like this before on my phone. On my way to work this morning. I typically would wait till I got home, but I watched some videos about the game. Whoa, come on, man. Watched some videos about the game, and I had to go ahead and camera up here. Couldn't wait till tonight when I got off, so yeah, man. So it wasn't the prettiest game. It wasn't the prettiest game that Seattle has played. Anyone could see that. You didn't even have to watch the game to know it wasn't a pretty game. You could just look at the score, look at the stats, and tell it wasn't a pretty game. When a team has less than 200 yards of total offense, and they win a game, 14-9, you know it was an ugly game. But that should not suggest that Seattle should not have won the game, or the Rams, should have won the game. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to win at the time you got to do it. When you say the only reason that we won was because he pushed that field goal, that 50-yard field goal, 51-yard field goal, he pushed it to the right. Otherwise, we would have kicked the field goal. Well, yeah. Well, if ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk. You know what I mean? So you can't really say that. Rockstar Rams, man. Now, Rockstar Rams, you didn't have too much to say before the game. Your confidence was a bit low pre-game. Your team wasn't playing well. You just lost your franchise quarterback for the rest of the season. You could tell that you didn't have a lot of confidence going into it. But then after the game, after you guys had a chance to win, on the last play of the game, and I'll admit I was worried, kinda. Once we stopped you on that running play on third, I knew there was going to be a pass. I figured you had something dialed up better than a fade route, because I don't feel typically a fade route is going to be a good option against our defensive backs. So I figured you would have something better dialed up than that. But up until I saw Clemens throw that pass up in the air, I figured you might have a... oh, man, they just got in an accident. Oh, man, these people just got in an accident. Woo-wee. Anyway. Oh, man, this stuff's laying in the street. That's messed up. Anyway. Yeah, man, look. You guys lost, and we won. Bottom line, Stacey had a great game running the football. Clemens played well in Bradford's absence. But Seattle still made the plays, that had to be made. We picked off Clemens twice in the game, which is just what we do. Now, there could be some debate about, the Seattle, how good Seattle's team is, and are they a playoff? Well, Rockstar said we're not even a playoff contender. I don't know what that really means. So we're obviously a playoff contender. You can't not be a playoff contender at 7-1. But are we a Super Bowl contender? Yeah, of course we are. Because whether or not we can win on the road in the playoffs has nothing to do with whether we're going to have to win on the road in the playoffs. Now, we won on the road in the playoffs last year in Washington, and we can do it again this year. Now, do we have a much better chance if the road to the Super Bowl comes through Seattle? Of course we do. But yeah, look, Seattle wins ugly games. That's the difference between us this year and last year. We played some ugly games last year too. The only difference is that last year we lost those games. This year we're winning them. Plain and simple. That's really the only difference. The Carolina game was a close game. We pulled it off. Okay? We had the lead and we protected it at the end. Very good game. The Houston game, we came back and won. It was an ugly game. yesterday or Monday, ugly game. But we held you guys off. We won the game. That's what winners do. Winners find a way to win. It doesn't matter that the spread was 11 or something like that, or just because your team hasn't played well and your quarterback is a backup and all that bullshit. None of that shit matters. You guys are a division rival, and everybody knows division rivals play each other better than any other teams in the league. Division rival game. It doesn't matter who the teams are. It doesn't matter who the teams are. The Dolphins, the Jets, and the Patriots have always played themselves well. Very rarely do either one of those teams blow each other out. And the Patriots have been better than the other teams in their division over the past 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Far and above better. But they still play good games against each other because they're division rivals. So, yeah, man. I don't know. It's, whoa. But yeah, no, and then yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game. It was a highly contested game. But Seattle did what we had to do to win the game. Like I said, picked off. The only thing that we didn't do, the only thing that we did that was out of character was allowing Stacy to run all over us, and he did. He certainly did that. Marshawn Lynch couldn't get off of nothing. Now, granted, you guys' defense mollywopped us, right? But they didn't make the plays when they had to. All right, which is what caused, which is what gave us the outcome that we got. You know what I mean? You guys sacked Russell Wilson 7 times, something like that. That's great. That's great. Russell Wilson seemed like he was just dropping back just to get sacked. That was the game plan, is to just be sacked. But our offensive line is not itself. Okay, don't get it twisted. Our offensive line is not good. Our offensive line isn't that good when it's completely healthy. Let alone now when we're missing 3 guys still. So Michael Bowie, man, he had a hard day. But hey, your guys' game plan seemed to be just throw the kitchen sink and at us on the line and see what we could do, and we couldn't stop it. We couldn't. It wouldn't allow us to get the run going, and then we couldn't get the ball off in the passing game either. So yeah, that was definitely a good game plan. Your game plan was executed well, but it just wasn't enough. We were able to make the plays. The big pass to Golden Tate was great, and his little celebration thing. No, he should have just held the ball up. He should have did the Dion. He should have put his hand behind his head and held the ball up in high step. That would have been better. He shouldn't have waited. That was kind of dumb, but it's all good. At least he didn't take any points off the board. But Rockstar, man, you said that week 17. You know what? I was gonna say you're crazy for saying that there's a chance that that St. Louis is gonna come to Seattle week 17 and beat us. But since I made that decision up until now, I have reevaluated the possible situation. And actually, you might have a point. Because week 17, who knows? We might be, 12-2 at that point? Maybe. We might be 12-2 at that point. I'm sorry, 12-3. 13-2. Jesus Christ, my math is horrible. We might be 13-2. Or whatever the case is. We may have only 2 losses by that time. So, man, making a video and driving at the same time was not a fucking good idea. Anyways, by week 17, we might be going ahead and putting guys on the bench to get ready for the playoffs. There may be no need to have our starters in the game by that point. So yeah, you guys might pull off a win. But it isn't going to be because, oh, you played us so well Monday night in the Monday night game that you had us figured out and you went in there and beat us. It's going to be because you played against our 2s and 3s and, you know, you beat them. That's what it'd be about, man. That's what it would be about. But even that, I find that hard to believe. So, look, don't be sore losers, Rams. You guys played a good game. Seattle didn't. But that's what winners and good teams find a way to win even when they're not playing at their best. Obviously, I'm sure it's not hard to imagine how that game would have turned out if Seattle was playing at their best. Okay? Even with us playing at, wouldn't say our worst, but certainly not at our best, you still only managed 3 field goals. You didn't get in the end zone. You had a shot from the goal line at the end of the game. That's what makes winners. You had a shot to win the game at the end of the game from the fucking goal line. All you had to do was punch it in. That's where winners are made. The opportunity is there. You got to take it. You didn't succeed in that, and that's why you guys got the loss. And that's pretty much it. So don't be sore about it. You know, don't go off and make wild claim that you're going to beat us in Seattle. I mean, because no one beats us in Seattle. The only team that has a chance of beating us in Seattle is New Orleans. And I want to say that because they're the only formidable team coming up that we play in Seattle anytime soon. The only one. For the rest of the year, the only team coming to Seattle that may have a chance of giving us an issue is New Orleans. So, anyway, this is a ridiculous video. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get slammed in the comments about my fucking math I was doing on the fucking 13 and 2, 13 and 3, 12 and whatever. But yeah, anyway, I'm sure you guys got the point though. So anyway, yeah, good game, Seahawks. Well, good win, Seahawks. And we'll see you Rams in week 17. Whoop that ass again. Maybe we'll do it with, 200 or more total yards of offense. Anyway, fuck the Rams. Go Hawks.